Rebecca, hi, great to have you with me today. Rebecca
Hi there.
Cottingham from 83. Tell us all about your business, Rebecca.
So we are predominantly we're a branding and web agency. We're based in sunny Brierley Hill, right in the middle, towards the centre of the town, not far from the waterfront. And we're just creative minds who believe a lot in creativity, positivity through creativity. So not only do we do our commercial stuff, but we like to do a lot of giving back to our local community as well.
Fab. Great stuff, thank you. So what would you say makes you stand out from your competition?
I think for us, it's probably the personalities and the team that we've got. We're not frightened to have a laugh at ourselves and be front and centre in what we get up to. And I think that makes us quite memorable, really, because we get a lot of people who maybe come to our business through first seeing some of the shenanigans that we get up to, and then that sort of creates a bit of a community, and then they're happy to recommend us or use us themselves.
You better tell us some more about some of these shenanigans, Rebecca, now.
Can't
leave us hanging.
We've got up to some rather daft things on stuff like TikTok, stuff like that. Dan, who's one of our directors, is 6'5", big red beard, bald head. So he's kind of known as the big bearded brand bloke. We've done charity stunts. We've got ourselves involved with some of the local colleges and unis and events that they've put on. So we just we're not frightened to have a laugh at ourselves. So that's always good.
Great stuff. So where's the business going, Rebecca? What are the aspirations for 83 in the next 5 years, let's say?
But a big thing for us, I think, is Dan and I are married, so we're a husband and wife team. And sort of when we were coming through the sort of education and college and uni and stuff, there was a big expectation, especially with creative jobs. Oh, so you're going to London then? So you're going into Birmingham then? And I think there's a real massive sort of creative hub in the Black Country that doesn't get shouted about enough. So we always try and recruit and give back to sort of, we both went to Wolves Uni. Emily, who's one of our designers, did exactly the same course as us at Wolves Uni. So for us, it's growing the business out to give those opportunities to other young designers and creatives that are coming through, really, and show that the Black Country can sort of do it as well as everyone else can.
Absolutely agree. Yeah. So staying local?
Yeah, I think so. It's we're all Black Country, born and bred sort of. Well, Dan's from Lincolnshire, but he's been here since he's been about 3. And we've got teenagers coming through who've both shown an interest in creative subjects and media and stuff like that. So it's, hopefully setting them a good example as well.
Great stuff. Cool. So what's been your biggest learning since you've been in business, Rebecca?
Probably don't get too comfortable. I think just when you think you know what you're doing, and just when you think you've got your act together, life can certainly throw you a curveball, can't it? And I think after the last few years of sort of COVID and economic stuff that's been going on, and that it's made businesses be a bit less complacent, maybe, and be on their toes and maybe trying to think a bit more ahead than perhaps we were doing 3-4 years ago, when we were just comfy in what we were doing. So always looking for the next opportunity and the next thing to get into, really, and to have a go at. Because I think, especially in the industry we work in, sort of everyone can be a designer now with the dawn of things like Canva and Wix, and so sort of that can only sort of take you so far, can't it? So making sure we're relevant in our marketplace, I suppose.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. And what would you say has been the biggest challenge for you in the time that you've been running the business?
probably recruitment, building a good team around us. I think if you've got the right people around you and you've got that culture within your business, it makes coming to work a pleasure, doesn't it? But if you've got anything that's not quite working and not thingy, it can change that around quite quickly. And yeah, just learning to be looking out for those right people, and sometimes you find the right people and it's not the right time, and making sure you're touching base with those people, and maybe not the right time for the business or the right time for them, but yeah, trying to surround yourself with good folks who can sort of move the business forward and are interested in that. I think that's good.
So it's a really interesting point you're talking about culture there. I mean, how do you show people your culture before they're with you? How do you do that?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a big part of sort of, what we do on social media and what we get up to. I think we sort of give quite a lot of ourselves away in that sort of, it's not that cold-fronted marketing. If you walk through our office door, we kind of hope people have already got to know us a little bit and they know what to expect when they come in, be that either colleagues or clients, really. That we've got quite a few clients that we've probably had dialogue and conversation with for several years before they've actually ever used our services. But in turn, though, then they've become you ought to use those guys. Those guys are, so yeah, build a community around yourself. Always help.
Yeah, great point. And if you were sitting having a conversation with your 18-year-old self, what would you say? What advice would you give yourself?
Oh, I really don't know. I suppose it's don't get too stuck in your ways, really. What I learned to do and the way I learned to do things at 18 probably doesn't really exist anymore, sort of 20 years further on. And those things that we learned and thought were going to be the next big thing are long since past. So always be looking, don't stay where you are, always keep looking ahead to where you could be, really. Don't get stuck in a rut with it. And I'd probably told myself to not stop doing business studies at A level as well, because I'm guessing some of that stuff might have come in quite useful now along the way. So yeah, bit of a regret, but never mind. It is what it is.
Absolutely. Great, thanks. So what's the one piece of advice that you'd give to other business owners?
Probably that, from the outside, it looks like everyone else has got it together, and every business has its rub points, and every business has its struggles and things that it has to get over. And I think it can be quite isolating, can't it, to think you're the only person in that situation. And I think COVID and stuff has taught us quite a lot, hasn't it? That like how everyone can be going through the same thing, but everyone can have just such a different experience of that. Really.
That's very true.
And how that can be. So yeah, talk to other businesses, build your network up. You might never work with those people, but sometimes it's the unexpected ones who are the really useful sounding board about things that are going on and things that are happening. So yeah, really valuable. And it's probably something we didn't see for maybe the first 3 or 4 years of being in business. We do a bit of networking and we dip in and out of it, but actually having that bunch of people around you who are on all their own little journeys and at different points in that can offer some real insight, can't it, when you're tussling with a bit of a problem. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it really can. Yeah, there's lots of strength in community. We should tap into it more. I love that point that you made earlier. I remember somebody saying to me right back at the start of when I started my business, never compare your inside to anybody else's outside, because you'll always lose. To your point about everybody looking like they might have it together, but everybody's got their stuff going on. So yeah, we should tap into each other more. Brilliant. Thank you.
No.
So we're going to obviously put all your contact details down there underneath the video. So what about offers to people who are watching this? What might you want to throw out there in terms of how to get in touch or what the next steps are?
Well, I think for us, we speak to a lot of business, especially smaller local businesses who maybe when they're starting out don't think they have the budget to use a design agency to do some of their bits and pieces, so their branding or their documents or their thinking. And I don't think they always see the value in those things compared to, I don't know, new tools or uniform or thing. But actually, when it comes to landing those big contracts, the big projects, and that actually, it makes sure you're speaking to the right people. So at the moment, we've got, we're calling it a startup business package, but actually it's great for existing businesses that maybe jumped through those steps to start with and want to sort of polish everything up, which is just some branding, some documents, and a basic website to make sure that people are speaking to the right customers. And we've priced it so it's a good deal that gives people the best footing going forwards, really.
Great. So what's the best way? Give you a call or drop you an email, or how to get in touch?
Call, email, social media. We've got a live chat on our website. So yeah, generally there's someone around who'll have a natter with you. Or if you're local, come and have a nice cup of tea. We've always got biscuits.
Sounds like a plan. Fantastic. All right, Rebecca. Well, thanks for joining us today, and wish you every success in your business going forward with all the Wolves Uni students that will be coming to join the merry crew for yet more shenanigans. Great to meet you.
Thank you. Lovely. Cheers.